Hello everyone and welcome to your weekly tarot guidance for February the 20th, 2023. Now I must admit that this week's reading did get me by surprise because instead of what I'm used to, I got almost like a divine message. It is absolutely true that we are under the new moon taking place in the sign of Pisces. So it is an extremely dreamy energy. It is very much about faith. It is very much about the deepest dimension of the soul. It is very much about what it is that we need to make sure that it will not follow us into our dream world, into our future, something that we leave behind, something that we basically use the thinnest crescent of the moon and cut it out from our soul matrix, Pisces. But at the same time, it also involves something that we give birth to in a way that we might get this energy very, very rarely. And of course, here I'm speaking about the outer sign conjunction that the new moon holds with Saturn. Saturn is the greatest earthly judge in the sense that it is determining of what is allowed to come into manifestation and what has to stay in the ether and be dissolved there forever. So this gives us a lot of power right now. A lot of power to, I do believe, make it. To bring our deepest dream and turn it into reality, but in a way where it can also work for itself, keep itself in existence, and ultimately when the moment comes for us to join with our dream in a way that was unimaginable to us until this present moment. So, for today's reading, we do get the High Priestess, and I am using a special tarot deck, a dreamy tarot deck, to celebrate the dreamy nature of this new moon. So in this tarot deck, the High Priestess is called the Priestess of Dreams. So how very beautiful. And the Priestess of Dreams does tell us that our inner being is very much in preparation for something greater than perhaps we can imagine. This week might be a really, really important week from a spiritual and even alchemical perspective. That is why maybe the cards, only for this reading, I do imagine, are stripping themselves of the more 3D real life expression of any energies, and they are illustrating the more core expression of it. So the Priestess of Dreams takes us back to our unconscious. It also takes us back to the inner animal, so to speak, because this is when it is the moment, it is the turn of that energy to realize itself. Basically, the High Priestess tells us that ever since the beginning of the year, we might have been prepared by inner forces in the dream world, in the dream state, or an altered state of consciousness, meditation, escapism, etc., etc. For some people out there, it's exactly the opposite, where it is sleep deprivation, which is kind of taking them into all the right states, but in its essence, it's still dreamy energy. And that is telling you that the time has come for you to make a very, very important move in your life. And ironically, this does not reflect the Jupiterian energies in Aries, the initiation, but rather it speaks about this initiation has already been taken place in your life, perhaps in 2022 or 2021, but that energy was just a seed that you had to keep alive. This dream of yours did feed itself on certain occasions in the past 2 years, when you might have felt that it drained your energy, it drained a part of your soul, and you put it back on the shelf, or you did what you could. You worked with the energy of your dream as you could, but this is something important. This is something personal. This is something about you, about your destiny. A destiny that is about the future, basically. Not so much of the present of, as I say, either 2021 or 2022. It was even more a future-based energy back then than it is right now. That is why this Two of Pentacles is telling me that this dream is already half lived. It's already real. But what is required of you is the balance. And when I say balance, of how much it rules your everyday life, and we cannot really ignore that the realization of this dream, of this desire, of something that, as I said, you already set in motion in the past 2 years. It is taking a very, very important place in your life, in your soul, in your everyday routine, the time, basically. And time is life in that sense. And it is now when balance is being reached, when you integrate it in a much, much deeper way into your life. And ironically speaking, maybe it's exactly this week, because we do have a fated energy, the 22nd of February, when you will just awaken to the fact that a certain state of balance and the integration of this dream is already lived. It's already part of your life. And this is evoked by the High Priestess. Sorry, by the High Priest. The High Priest, the Hierophant. So not the High Priestess, because the High Priestess opened our reading. So she's also there. And the two priests, the female energy, the dreaminess of the female creational power, and then the solid and intellectual nature of the priest, of the male spiritual energy. And both of these, it's almost symbolic how the Two of Pentacles keeps these two priests in balance and communicating with each other, integrating both of them. And what follows is the Six of Pentacles. If you're an artist, if your dream has anything to do with creativity, with charity, with compassion, with humanitarianism, with expressing your artistic soul, your blessed, almost Christ-like fantasies, your own unique alchemy, if you're a singer, if you have any kind of talent, because the Six of Pentacles is ultimately the moon and Taurus. That kind of gift which nature or the spirit of nature bestowed upon you, it is that which is the integrate part of your dream. That is the core, that is the epicenter, that is the most sacred part of your dream. And this Two of Pentacles with the High Priest just tell us that it is only now, when the shape and form of the dream is known by you perhaps, or acknowledged by you. But ultimately, the Six of Pentacles also advises us to be infinitely generous this week with ourselves and with everyone in our lives, to blind ourselves for a few moments of who that person is. And here, of course, I am not speaking about the 3D generosity, to give your money away in that sense. Actually, it might have little to none to do with money, but rather your creational energy. Be generous with your projections. Open the eyes of your soul and dare have this courage to see everything and everyone divinely beautiful. And this is the Six of Pentacles. Because when you see something, someone beautiful, innocent, naturally blessed, then that also sees itself beautiful in your eyes. And this already creates an alchemy. This already stirs the energies of Pisces up in ways nothing else can. This already opens up the spirit of communion to us. This is where Saturn, time, is immediately dissolved. And even the blessing of your ancestors, and even the blessings of those people who you are going to make happy in the future, the energy of it will enter your life, will enter your soul. And the dream angel, again, now I see why I was guided to choose this deck. This is the star in tarot, in classic tarot. But what a beautiful expression of it. The dream angel, the angelic force, the Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, information in your even brain, if you wish, in your neocortex or whatever, which creates itself Saturn. But it needs the benevolence of the angelic realm, the dreaminess, the love, the reason to love, the reason for the dream to be pure love, in order for everything in reality to start creating it, to start enacting it, to start donating it, as in the Six of Pentacles, to you. But before this can happen, you need to start the chain of generosity by giving beauty. Again, I repeat, this is not a material energy in the 3D sense. So when I say generosity and to give, it's love and love's derivative, if that makes sense. So give the beauty, project the love, project the passion, project the innocence. Dare to embrace a soul, an energy, an idea, a situation, by ignoring its ego or ignoring things that in any other week in your life you should not ignore at all. But this week, dare to embrace and evoke the energy of the Ace of Cups. Live through the essence of love. Be love in the most real sense possible. Give love to everything. Donate love. The Six of Pentacles. If love is the currency of charity, let you be a multi-millionaire. And this love, well, you can view this in a rather spiritual way, philosophically, where nothing has to take place in the real world, but you can also view it in a very alchemical way, where you know that if you add love to any gesture, that a smile, a look in your colleague's eye, your neighbor's eye, where you project the love onto them, and you see that how that breaks limitations. So whatever gesture it is that you do, be the love that you know you are. Be the love that you know you can give to all of creation. Make your creator proud, basically. Of course, our love can never equal the creator's, but would we believe in the dream that we can do something similar? Or maybe that it is our duty to provide something similar in the world? We might see our realities shifting before our eyes in ways that were before unimaginable to us. And this reading is closed by the Ten of Swords reversed. Something that was impossible for the mind, something that was deemed already lost, something that you thought you were defeated at, or something that you might have thought life showed you so clearly that it's not for you. The power of love changes that forever, because the wise fox closes the reading, and that in tarot is death. Pluto anoretic Capricorn, Pluto anoretic in Capricorn. Surprise, surprise. The power of love becomes the absolute ultimate power. And even astrologically, Pluto was changed forever after Persephone entered his, let's say, life. Persephone changed him. Persephone took the sphere of mercy, of compassion, of unconditional love into the underworld, changing everything forever, perhaps. Changing what happens after the great transformation, giving hope that was never existed in the world before to all of creation. So this Pluto, this wise fox, represent, and the symbolism, the wise fox, the wisdom. Now, if love becomes the ultimate absolute power, even wisdom will take the lens of love. And the Ten of Swords, of course it is reversed, because the Ten of Swords is when the mind accepts that something is not possible, something was lost, something is not possible. But if love becomes the light of the mental sphere, then there is no impossibility. Then everything changes, everything becomes something else. And perhaps it is this power of love that changes the life of a listener, or perhaps even collectively. And it is starting to show itself, especially after this Pisces new moon. So this is what I can deliver to you today. I do hope that this was helpful, even though I am absolutely certain that it's not in a material or real life way. But perhaps this reading was the alchemical energy that someone needed to hear. So again, thank you so much for all the love, all the support, and until next time, bye for now. And before I don't forget, let us embrace again the symbolism of Pisces, and whatever we may dream at this moment for ourselves, let's extend that dream to the collective. Let us have at least a dream of peace, a dream of mutual respect, and basically collaboration with one another, regardless of which layer of society we come from, regardless of which ethnicity we come from, so that this way we make sure that our collective peace, our collective future does contain a lot of peace in it. So thank you again. Until next time, bye for now.